Hey everybody, I want you to think back, way back. Do you remember the digits of your childhood home phone when you were growing up? Maybe it was just 7 digits because back then you may not have had to use the area code. Do you remember those 7 digits? Maybe you lived in a really small area and you only had to know the last 4. Where my grandparents lived, you only had to know the last 4 digits, 0968. Well, today you need to know the area code and you need to know so many other numbers, but isn't it amazing? Whether you're in your 20s, your 40s, your 60s, wherever age you might be, the chances are you still remember the home phone number of where you grew up. Why is that? Why is it that something so simple, but so far back for most of us, we can remember? Yet many times we forget so many important things that are right here at our fingertips today. Here's the theory. The theory is that you remember it because it was ingrained in you. When you went to school, they asked you to recite it. They asked you to write it down. Your parents used to tell it to you over and over and over for safety reasons. It was repeated over and again, and you logged it in your memory because it was important. It was the only way back then, before we had all of the mobile devices, that you could get a hold of people. You wanted your friends to get a hold of you. Your parents wanted you to get a hold of them. When you were out, it was important enough that you placed it in memory. So when we make excuses, when we say that we forgot to do something, when we don't remember, really what we're saying is, it wasn't important enough to me. We need to change that. We need to make sure that we never forget the things that are most important. We have the mental brain capacity to remember things, complex and simple, short-term and long-term. You just have to commit to them. Use tools to remind yourself. Put them on tasks lists. Speak about them often. That's why we always say that whatever is most important to you in accomplishing, you write it down. You share it with other people. You are constantly reciting it out. See, the repetitive nature is what helps us remember. We will forget things if we don't focus on them. Make sure that you're focusing on the most important things and that you are writing them down, that you're repeating them, that you're placing them in memory. Forgetting them is just an excuse. You have the ability. Let's remember the most important things. Let's remember the most important people. What steps will you take today to make that happen so that you deliver on the things most important while you're out changing the world?